My definition of an independent filmmaker is somebody that is unique. Somebody that's original, somebody that's willing to break ground in any way possible.
Somebody who can have complete creative freedom and control over their work and what they want to say and express.
It's the guys that pool up as much money as they can and make something happen. And sometimes that's with 15 grand, and sometimes it's with 50, and sometimes it's with 500.
It's to know you can wake up in the morning and do what you love. You know, some are fortunate to not have to go to the 9-to-5 job that they hate.
You have a story to tell. And if you're lucky enough, you can tell that story.
Cinema is this weird thing. It's the only art form that I know of that has so many art forms under its umbrella. You know, we have actors and we have directors and musicians and you know, cinematographers and art directors and all these amazing artists. So in a way, I think we're all filmmakers. But at the end of the day, I think indie is a feeling. You know, it's something. It's the grassroots of the way all of us come up through cinema.
You know, in Tim's belly. Yeah, yeah. And we need on. Yeah, yeah.
Moving the audience, for me, is the most challenging thing about filmmaking.
I think sometimes it can be a real challenge getting people to care, getting people to building up a fan base, finding your target audience.
I think trying to get over your self-limiting doubts and your self-limiting beliefs about what it takes.
Finding the money. Secondly, and maybe even more importantly, depending on how you look at it, is like just being able to like have a vision.
I mean, you never know what can go wrong, and you have to be really creative and really on your feet to try and solve that problem. And you know, a planned 8-hour shoot day could easily turn into 12, 14 hours, you know, just with the setbacks and stuff.
Been able to. I agree to.
As a freelancer, setting aside some money, you know, paying what you need to pay in your bills and doing what you need to do is great, but make a plan to set aside some money so that you can reinvest in your own future and in your own filmmaking projects.
Who needs money though? Why is money necessary? I don't think money is necessary to make films. Only circumstances are necessary.
I'll usually start within my own pockets, to be honest. It's the fastest way to get a film made. It's probably not the smartest way, because if you want to make a living at this, you know, obviously you want to try and get outside funding and budget in what it takes, you know, your cost of living and to get you by as well.
I don't really want to chase them down. And I don't mean that like I don't care. I just feel like when the situation is right and the right people believe in us and our material, then that opportunity will materialize.
You see that movie?
The challenges, prospects, and overall struggles to get started with filmmaking are an illusion. There aren't any. You just have to grab a bunch of people and have a camera and just start filming and see what you come up with.
One of the biggest challenges I've seen in pre-production when it comes to planning for production is coordinating everybody.
You know, trying to find your locations, securing them, how much things are going to cost, wardrobe. You just go down the list with the script breakdown.
You know, making sure everybody's safe is a huge complication. Making sure someone's not tripping over that. Making sure everybody's safe where they're at. I think sometimes it's hard to find motivation for people, especially when it's talent and they've done it 20 times in a row now, you know, and staying on the ball.
There'll always be things that come out of the blue. I think the way that they're dealt with is by having a very strong plan and then also having the ability and the willingness to deviate from that plan in an emergency.
Is there such thing as a smooth production? Yes, because sometimes the universe is really working with you to the point where nothing goes wrong. Everything happens magically.
That's what inspires me. It's the universe. Enlighten me, please.
No, no. There's no such thing as a smooth production. It'd be too easy at that point, and everybody would be doing it if if they knew how easy and how smooth it was to make a film. I mean, there's just so many things that come up. I mean, just trying to find funding alone is can be discouraging at times.
I have never seen one that has gone so smoothly that every single thing they've planned out for has happened exactly the way it was supposed to.
I don't think that any production ever runs, because it is such a challenging art form and there are so many people involved. I don't think that there's ever a production, unless it's template based like television or something like that, but in feature film, and this is just my opinion with my limited experience, but I think that the idea of having a smooth production from beginning to end there's little to no chance of that happening.
I don't think I've ever questioned my life decisions while making a film. Usually when I'm doing it, I am so involved, it's all consuming. I don't think about anything. Dude, I forget to eat. I forget about people that have to leave. I just think, you got to get the shot. You've got to do this. And everything else falls to the wayside. When the camera's turned off and I've had a chance to reflect, yes, I often do consider that what I'm doing is perhaps not the best thing for me.
I've questioned being a filmmaker as a family man, because it can be very stressful on the family. I have 2 little kids and my wife, of course. If I'm doing something else or a job I don't like, I mean, it's not what I want to do. I want to be making films.
I can't imagine doing anything else with my life, and what if I had never quit that job? I would have missed out on all of this. I think that's the only life decision, the only thing, or the only way that I've ever questioned my life decisions.
I know 100% that I was born to do what I'm doing. My only qualm is I have to get better at doing it.